All right, let's see how we doing now. Hey, everybody, how you doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to another edition of Pause with Tim Black. Is that better? We got any love there? Is that working? Let's go. Okay, let me hear that. Okay. The intro sounds great. Well, we're going to go with this. All right, so what's up? I'm hoping this is better. I'm your man, Tim Black. Welcome to another edition of Pause. And on Pause, we take one subject matter, one theme, and we be real black with it. That's why we be real black with it. Because a lot of times, look, here's the idea behind that. A lot of times I'm watching like news, or when I'm watching shows in general, they're written by white people. Even when the talent's black, the writers are white. And even when the writers are black and the talent's black, the owners are white. And even when the writers are black and the talent is black and the owners are black, those three entities are worried about what white people are going to say. So, you never really get to see black shit or hear black people talk free, as freed men, as free human beings. Now, what's crazy about it is, you don't hear white people be too free either. You just think you do. See, you think you hear white people be free. They ain't free, Johnson. True story. Back when I was in my early 20s, mid-20s, I worked for this company out of Arlington, Virginia that did computer analysis for the government, right? And I had a little position. It wasn't management, but it was, run-of-the-mill position. I worked around a lot of people. Now, this was like 92, okay? I guess it was 92. 94, around the time of the crime bill. Yeah, the three strikes law bill your boy Joe Biden passed. Put a pin in that. We're going to come back to that. There was a guy that worked there with me. His name was Bill Davis. Now, Bill Davis was a white kid from a well-to-do family. His father owned a business that was booming. Bill came to work in a Hugo Boss suit. I never even knew what a Hugo Boss suit looked like until I saw Bill's Hugo Boss suit. All I knew was the cut was bomb and it looked different. So me and Bill became friends. Quickly, we began to like chop it up or whatever. One day, Bill told me, he confided in me. He said, Tim, you are the first black guy's hand I ever shook. Because, see, I'm from a part of New Hampshire where there's no black people. And I was like, oh, man, that brother never met black people before. Let me be on my worst behavior. Well, actually, I was Bill's supervisor. That was the crazy part. So anyway, affirmative action does work. So here's the part that's important. One day we were ordering something. We were in some restaurant ordering something. And I think it was a lot of Chinese restaurants around there. I'm Chinese! There's a lot of Vietnamese restaurants around there. And it's just what it is in Arlington, Virginia, a place called Courthouse. People in the area knows it's a lot of Chinese, Japanese, Thai, you name it, it's there. Asian food, Asian cuisine. Right? Anyway, we're ordering something, and it was the way you prepared it that you fried it. I forget what it was. And I was like, damn, I don't know what I want. I said, Bill, what you want, man? I can't make up my mind. He's like, this. I said, what? That's fried. He said, Tim, everybody loves fried food, man. It's like, oh, shit. And then one day, right, and then that was funny. That was my first thing. White people like fried food as much as black people like fried food. That ain't a black or white thing. But I didn't know, man. I didn't go to college away from school. I went to community college. It's like high school without the lockers. So anyway, Bill said this. We were talking one day. And, that's what it was. We were talking one day about dress. That's what it was. And I was like, damn, man, I get tired of this, man. I got to wear this shirt and this tie. I don't like wearing a shirt and tie, man. And Bill was like, me either. I'm like, but Bill, you wear a shirt and tie all the time. You got a Hugo Boss suit and other suits. I got a couple of shirts and 2 ties. I really hate it. I don't have no clothes. He was like, man, just because I'm white don't mean I like dressing up, man. He's like, Tim, if it was up to me, I'd be wearing some shorts with some flip-flops and a cut-off shirt, or cut-off shorts with some flip-flops and a t-shirt. I won't be wearing this shit. I wear this because it's a uniform. And in my family, all the men had to wear the uniform. A shirt and a tie, or a shirt jacket and a tie with whatever, slacks, or slacks with a shirt tie, or shiny shoes or Oxfords with button down, with a blazer, with a tie, or tie with buckle mock buttons or button mocks, whatever those are, with the flat front, with the straps over the mock toes with a strap, or with a tie, or a turtleneck, with a blazer, with some slacks or some. You get the point. And I said, damn, man. TV been lying to me all this time. So the point is, they lie to us too. Not just to us, about us. They lie to us about white people. And white people, they lie to you about black people. And they lie to all of us through the use of Hollywood, through the use of stories, and just plain old fibbery. Okay? So that's all it is. So the point is this. When I'm watching a show, and you're watching the show, and the reason why I tell you, the Tim Black Pause show, Pause with Tim Black, is where we get to be really black. That's because I don't answer nobody. I don't answer the white people. I don't answer, I'm not white, obviously, but I don't answer the white people. I don't got no white writers, and I have no white paymasters, other than subscribers and people that Patreon. So, but more than that, I'm not trying to appease white folks. So white people can have white writers, they're white talent with white writers, with white producers, working for a white company, but at the end of the day, they can't be themselves because they don't own it. They don't fucking own it. So there's a lot of fallacies running around, which brings me to the theme of this show. They don't like you either. They don't like you either. That's right. You're walking around thinking they like you. They don't like you. When I say you, I mean who's ever watching. If you're seeing this right now, the powers that be don't like you. It's one of the reasons why my slogan for this show is, cut the check. Cut the check. The reason why that exists is because America's proven time and time again that's necessary because America don't like us. That's the whole point of that. Not being liked, not being wanted, not being valued. Therefore, our constitutional rights were stripped. We were more than disliked, we were despised. We were brutalized, used, kicked to the curb, degraded, humiliated. Name a negative adjective and you'll pretty much be in the ballpark. I don't care what you say. That's pretty much the existence of black people in America. Bottom rung, first fired, last hired, if hired at all. That's what it is. So that's why we say cut the check. But during the midst of all the cut the check rhetoric that I spew on this show, and I believe it's true, you need to cut the check. I talk about reparations. I talk about a black agenda. Somebody got to talk about it. Somebody got to get it in the ethos. Make it no longer taboo to discuss. Here's the thing. I don't want people beginning to believe that I don't understand how America is treating us all. Yeah, America don't like you either, white people. If you're stuck around for this, America doesn't like you either. America despises you. They kill you off as often as they can. I mean, really, if America really cared about white people, wouldn't there be some gun laws? I mean, ones that work, really? I mean, come on, guys. A lot of people get shot to death, more than any other country. Wouldn't America do everything it could to stop that shit? Forget what you think about your ability to own a gun, your right to own a gun. You gotta admit, a lot of people die with guns. And even if you believe the guns didn't kill them, people kill people, guns don't kill people, you gotta admit there's something making those people kill each other. And why aren't they fixing that shit? Because America don't care about you either. America does not care about you. When we talk about how America feels about black women, in this whole Gabby Petito situation, her being missing and how America fawned over it, they didn't fawn over it because they cared about her. Nah, they did not fawn over Gabby Petito because they gave a damn about that woman. They don't care about her. You know how many white people there are? They just go get another white person. Come on, you didn't think I was saying... See, people write me letters, and I don't think I'm making myself clear. There are people who wrote me who misunderstand me, so I'm trying to do this episode to clarify a few things. America doesn't care about Gabby Petito. America used Gabby Petito to make money. And if during the process there's coverage, that's how America feels. America is an old Sicilian lady with a real attitude. Get it? Look, America covers lost white women, but they don't really care if they find them. It's like our health industry. The money's in the treatment, not the cure. Get what I'm saying? The money's in the treatment, not the cure. They covered it not because they cared, they covered it because it made money. Black people are hoping that America will at least treat them as horribly as they treat white people. That's what we're fighting for, really. Well, they'll cover us, not really care, but at least we get the coverage. And maybe somehow, some way, psychologically, we'll feel like you give a damn. But America really doesn't care. If America cared about white men, would 20 vets commit suicide every day? I mean, I'm just being real. If America cared about white men with 20 veterans, I don't know how many of those are white men, but when you think veteran, unless you are one, and if you are one, no disrespect. But when I think veteran, I think white guy. That's what I think immediately. Goes, white guy. Now, I know disproportionately poor black people joined up too. I know that, okay? This I know. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if America cared about white men, they would care about veterans offing themselves. They're not dying of natural causes. They're dying of suicide. And if that was a problem for America, wouldn't America fix it? What I'm trying to tell you is, black people want America to treat black people like they treat white people, which is, let us commit suicide, but pretend to care occasionally during football games. See, people are writing me long letters, guys, and they're saying things, and they're showing me that they don't understand my message. I'm fully aware that America doesn't care about you either. The problem is you think they deserve not to care about us. That's the problem. The problem is too many people think black people have put themselves in their own position. There's a new study out by Harvard. This was a sad story, guys. Oh, sort of soul-crushing if you're a person like me who's fighting for reparations and the black agenda. This study was so harsh because it questioned white people and black people, but half white, half black, about problems in society, particularly the racial wealth gap. They talked about racism and discrimination and segregation and other things that lead us to where we are now. Do you know that most of the white people that they talked to pretty much felt that black people put themselves in a bad situation in America? Like, they blame black people for their own plight in America. And these are 13 to 17-year-olds. That's the soul-crushing part. This wasn't crusty old Aryan Nation guys, Proud Boys, who got teased in high school. No. These were 13 to 17-year-olds from different types of families, from conservative to liberal. And a lot of these young people feel like there's no need to do anything for black people. They felt the racial wealth gap was our doing. We didn't work hard enough. And some of them, the conservative ones, not only did they not feel that we needed help, when we started talking about our problems, they got physically upset. They got angry when we discussed facts like poverty rates, incarceration rates, execution by state actors like cops, environmental injustices like lead in water. Yeah, they got mad hearing it. I think they got mad because it started messing with their cognitive dissonance, Because in order to believe that we're bad people, to believe that America is good, they had to believe that we're inherently bad. And when you start proving America bad, then they got upset. Really upset. Sometimes almost fighting upset. You understand what I'm saying? So I read this thing over the weekend, right? And it bothered me because I said, damn, man. This is going to be harder than I thought. Looks like I'm not going to be able to knock out this whole racism thing on Twitter. Damn. I might not be able to solve our reparations issue just by doing a show every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It may take more than that. Damn, man. I thought all they had to do was get Mrs. Black's permission to date a homely white woman, and everything would work out. I mean, come on. Well, Mrs. Black wouldn't give me that permission anyway. Anyway, the point is this, guys. America don't care about you either. So while you're sitting back thinking that America has done everything for us and we just don't know how to show our appreciation. We just don't know how to appreciate it. We don't know how to use the tools that have been given to us. We won't learn how to code. Imagine being that stupid to think all problems for black people could be solved by coding. Hard to code when your stomach's growling. Hard to code when you're living outdoors. People have real simplistic ideas of what will resolve problems. Then they have other people who amplify that message because they like you not being right about the message. They like you being wrong. Yeah. They like you being wrong and off base. Because as long as you're wrong, they don't have to do what's right. They prefer you be wrong. So anyway. So one of the letters I got this weekend that I thought was another incentive to do this show today. When somebody kept saying, Tim Black, I used to watch your show, but I no longer watch your show because you become so angry. Not only that, your anger has spilled in, it's forced you to go after independent media. Yeah, you've gone after independent media instead of going after the Democratic Party. You went after people like Jimmy Dore and Kyle, Crystal, all these other great freedom fighters and justice seekers. You even took a dump on Tulsi Gabbard and Andrew Yang. Yeah, Tim Black, I used to be a subscriber to your show, but I'm no longer a subscriber. And I want to suggest to you, Tim Black, that you practice Buddhism or some other way to bring down your blood pressure. Now, the only thing in that whole thing, that diatribe this person went on, and we're talking 6 paragraphs, all about how I don't understand how great these other people are and how wrong I am and how I need to lighten up on these people. The only thing that made sense out of it was the part about me calming down. Yeah, that's the only part I took to heart, because that part is true. I don't need to. When I say calm down, what I mean by calm down is I need not get so angry. My anger will not change the situation. My anger may put me in the hospital. In fact, yesterday was Mrs. Black's birthday. And Mrs. Black expressed the same things to me. Yeah. She said it would be nice for me to be around. How about I lay off a little bit of the stress? Watch the kids grow up. Yeah. Spend the golden years. Or be alive to see them. Yeah. How about that, Tim Black? I said, wow. A black man growing old. Interesting. Maybe I'll try that. My dad gave it a shot, So, I looked at the email again. Early this morning, I looked over the email. I said, wow, this guy's full of shit. Well, I didn't say I would totally stop cursing. Nah, he's full of shit. I mean, if you can't see that these independent media people are not doing the damn thing, I don't know what else to tell you, man. Look, here it is. A lot of people don't understand why Tim Black got so indignant, why Tim Black has been yelling at the microphone and at this camera. It's real simple. I'm stupid. Yeah, I'm stupid, man. I thought independent media was supposed to be independent. I thought independent media was like a crusade for truth and justice, a cause, not because you want money, but for a cause. Or why not join a big company like a corporation? Why start your own shit to be able to say whatever you want just to repeat MSNBC and CNN and Fox and the OAN network and the Blaze? Why do that? Also, I gotta admit I was bitter, man. I mean, if you say you care about veterans, why don't you talk about veterans? If you say you care about homeless people and poverty, how many videos about homeless people and poverty do they do? There are independent media folks who did 10 times the videos on Matt Gaetz and Julian Assange than they did on poverty and homelessness combined. 10 times. No one calls them sellouts. No one says, hey, what's up with the content? Instead, they're millionaires. Facts. $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month millionaires. Facts. Those people that watch those shows that don't cover those issues, that don't cover the black children, the 40% living underneath the poverty line, that don't cover black women 3 times dying at 3 times the rate just having children than white women. Those same people that don't cover the incarceration rate will be 3 times more likely to be shot by cops. I think it's higher than that, actually. Those same people do really fine in the subscription department, really fine in the money department, really fine in the donation department, really fine in the advertising department, really fine in the sponsorship department. But the worst part about it is those same people would say they care about black people when they don't. So people wanted to use my anger about Nina Turner when it was never about Nina Turner. She was just the camel that broke. She was the stick that broke the camel's back. I mean, we got somebody that everybody supported a year ago. All of a sudden, she was part of the fraud squad. A year ago, everybody said, yay, Nina. They had her on their shows or on their shows a year or 2 ago. Now, all of a sudden, without having any power at all, not gone to Congress and done anything, all of a sudden, people were saying, I'm not going to give her my money, my hard-earned money. And people thought that was okay. I thought that was sellout hypocritical shit. Same stuff that makes me call out Democrats and Republicans every day. People want to say they care about black people, but they don't. People say they want to care about progressive issues. I'm not sure they do. It's progressives that care about vets, dying in the streets. It's progressive to care about children who, during the pandemic, looking for a meal. Well, parents relied on schools to feed their children during the day. That's what it was all about. Like, school took care of 2 meals a day, and now kids are home from school without meals. People weren't covering that shit. They didn't care. Any of those things. And any of those things, any of the things that affect the white community, it affects the black community about 3 times as worse. But nobody wants to be called racist. Nobody wants to be called a sellout. And nobody wants these things. But how are you not called the thing that you are? I mean, if you're doing the same work as CNN and we call out CNN, what's different about you? Oh, because you do it from home? I don't know. So I read that letter and I thought, this guy doesn't get it. He's protecting the millionaires, and I'm the working class guy fighting for black folks because nobody else is. And don't get me wrong, some other people are, but I'm talking about in this space. This guy who wrote, who's let me know, I'm a white guy. Most white guys tell me that when they write. I'm a white guy, Tim, and I think this. He doesn't realize those white commentators that he likes so much, they don't care about him any more than anybody else. They don't care about him as much as they care about me either. Like, they care about neither one of us. So that's what I wanted to be known. I realize is people don't care. If they care, they cover it. That's how you prove you care in this business. We have endless amounts of ink. We cover what we want to cover. We speak about what we want to speak about. I could have came out here tonight and talked again about R. Kelly, or talked about the infrastructure bill, talked about, I don't know, the stimulus checks that ain't coming, talked about Kirsten Sinema, talked about Cori Bush, talked about all these things that are going on right now. I could have. I chose not to. I chose to talk about this. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. What I'm saying is we make our editorial choices. And if your editorial choices don't include black people being on the bottom in this country, and they rarely include white people being on next to the bottom in this country, and if you don't have to speak to that, and no one holds you accountable for that, that's when the old Sicilian lady comes up, you know? I mean, while I'm saying cut the check, I'm also going, what the heck? You know, what the heck? The Harvard study shook me to the core because I realized it's going to take more than me yelling on the mic. And even if I do more than that, I don't know if it's going to move the needle. We fight the good fight, not just because we think we're going to win. We fight the good fight because we know it's a fight to fight. I agree with that. But for some way I got to bring people together on these issues. And I think the best place to start is to remind everyone, they don't care about you either. When I say they, I don't mean white people. I mean the system. I mean our government. America don't care about white women. The Violence Against Women Act. You know that horrible act or that horrible legislation that was bundled with it? The 94 crime bill? They slid in the Violence for Women Act. I mean, it was like groundbreaking in 94, you know, because in this act for the first time, they were going to allow a woman's restraining order to be interstate. Like up to that point, if a woman was scared of you and moved out of state, she'd have to go get another order in the new state she went. Or you could just go to the new state and beat her ass. I mean, not legally beat her ass, but you know what I'm saying. She had no restraining orders, didn't travel. They weren't connected. Imagine that. It's 1994, and it took all that time for them to say, hey, women are getting their asses kicked. Maybe we should have a law that like ties services like social services and shelters and make them like a bundle of things for women so when they leave, they have things at their disposal to help them. That's part of the reason why some people signed the 94 crime bill, because it was bundled in with that act. And if they didn't sign that act, they weren't going to be reelected because a lot more women vote. Okay? Women vote. And try explaining not signing that bill with that act in it. No excuses. My point is not the 94 crime bill. My point is how horrible America is. How horrible our system is. That it was until 1994, Johnson, before they said, hey, maybe we should protect women a little bit. I mean, the number one killer of women has been men like forever. Forever. America don't care about you either, white woman. They don't care about you either. It's like, I think we need to focus on the government, because the government, our U.S. government that is run by people, I get that, but our government is the entity from which our despair flows like an ever-flowing river. Get it? That's where it starts. That's where it originates. From my frustration and our demand for cut the check also runs #what the heck. Look, man, there's no way around this. You start unpacking it. We start all looking around and saying, who got screwed more? Are you screwed? Yeah, you're screwed. Maybe not as much as us, but you're screwed anyway. You're screwed just the same. We all are screwed. But what I'm telling you is, we're getting screwed the most consistently, by this system. Man, it crushes me to think that there are young people growing up who think our children live under poverty because their parents don't want better. Like they think if you live in, I don't know, Mobile, Alabama, if you survive on minimum wage, if you don't have health care or you don't have enough food to eat, they think that's your fault. As if your life or your family's life started in 2002, depending on how old you are, or 1998, or 1976. Like, there weren't people before you. Because we're all a continuation of our parents, which were a continuation of their parents. And if those parents weren't giving anything, were not treated equally, it's really hard for them to give you anything to start off in. A very expensive country called the United States of America. America's so expensive, when a lot of folks cross the border and come here, they live 4 and 5 together in an apartment. That's how expensive it is to live in America. It's not cheap. If you live in America and your parents or your grandparents were held back systemically by policies formed in this government, in the United States of America, and you don't understand that that's wrong, that there are policies that were put into place, there were practices that were put into place that hindered the growth of certain people based on skin color, that there are corporations still in existence who got sued and lost. The federal government sued them. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, many others sued for not giving us loans or inflating our loans to take our homes. And we didn't get paid. The government got paid. The government sued them, not for us. We didn't get a settlement. Do you understand? But these kids don't know that. We have 13 to 17-year-olds who learn from who? They're not misreading it in books. They're not watching Bill O'Reilly. Hell, Bill O'Reilly's gone. They ain't listening to Rush Limbaugh, but their parents did. Their parents listened to him. And what are they doing? They're on the internet. They're on the internet and they're watching shows. Maybe some of your fellow commentators. And what are your fellow commentators telling them? Some shit about Matt Gaetz. Yeah. Some shit about Joe Rogan. They got 20 Joe Rogan videos and 0 videos about black people starving. So yeah, I'm a little bitter about that. I mean, sounds a little fucked up when you put it that way. You know? They got 30 Tulsi Gabbard videos and 0 videos about Breonna Taylor being shot in her own house or Botham Jean being killed in his own house. And they'll tell you they're not racist. Hell, they're so highfalutin, they don't even have to respond when I say they're racist, when I tell them that their actions are bigoted as hell. They don't even have to respond. That's how good they got it. Not only did they have to not listen to me because I ain't nobody, I'm just another Negro, broke nigga talking to them, throwing rocks at the sky. Their own fan base don't give a shit either. Instead, their fan base will go after me for even saying it. Hell, I had a black woman on Twitter defending people not covering us. Tell me, just worry about your show. And she doesn't say that. She doesn't say that when black actors go after Hollywood for no black awards. Just worry about your show. Just do your show. She didn't say that when white people were exploiting black people by putting on minstrel shows. Just worry about your show. Just worry about your show. But anything to protect Zaddy and other pre-selected black folks who run cover for white supremacy, who buy into it, who downplay our plight in order to upplay their profit margins, they're good with it. I want you to know, half of my anger or frustration ain't because of white people talking shit, writing me dumb letters. It's some black people talking shit, writing me dumb letters too. Like the black guy that was in my comment section yesterday. Well, over the weekend. You know, while I'm up here trying to do my best, Tina Turner, whatever that, meditation she was doing, that Buddhist meditation. Dumbass Tim Black read a comment. This person commented on my video that started this whole thing, where I called out Jimmy Dore and Breonna Joy Gray and Kyle Kalinske and Nick Banana, my Movement for a White People's Party, and Steph Zamaro and Crystal Ball, and like 7, 8 people, I don't know, and an organization. The black guy said, this is what it looks like when your Patreon numbers are down. Tim Black's just mad because he's not making money. It was a little funny, slightly. But the reason why it pissed me off so much is that black man never considered the reason why those people are making more money is because I'm right. They are selling us out, dummy. That's why they're doing well, dummy. You don't get it, dummy. Mrs. Black said, Tim, calm down. It's the day before my birthday. You need to relax. I said, it's your birthday. What can I do for you? She said, don't get upset about these comments. Don't get upset about Twitter. Don't get upset in these videos. She's right. I was also upset. I couldn't help it, man. I didn't react to it, though. I talked it out. I didn't yell. I talked to her about how I think I was wrong when I said that people weren't covering us because they were afraid they would lose viewership. According to that study, at least when it comes to young people, they don't believe us. They don't agree. Maybe all those people that don't cover black issues or cover black poverty or cover black death or cover discrimination or any of the ills that I talk about, maybe because they don't see them as a problem. Maybe they think, just like those kids thought, you brought it on yourself. It's your own fault. I mean, it's really easy to say that everybody's selling out and they know better. Maybe they just don't give a shit. Maybe they're not selling out. Maybe they just disagree. Yeah, maybe they don't cover these types of issues. And maybe no one's fighting for black people because you got what you deserve. Like R. Kelly getting 20 years, if that's what he gets. You know? Maybe that's what they think he deserves. Maybe they think that black people, just like in that survey from Harvard, they believe that black people are right where black people deserve to be. And if black people want to do better, it's up to black people to do better. So that's why they don't cover it. Well, if that's how you feel, I just want you to know. America thinks the same thing about you. It's just not you personally. There's 40 million black people in America. Give or take a couple 100,000 or so. There's 40 million poor-ass white people in America. Give or take 100,000 or so. And America don't care. America could care less. Do all those white people that are struggling in America, did they bring it on themselves? That's a lot of bringing it on yourself, ain't it? I mean, even if you throw in all the addictions you can throw in, what makes people go to addiction? Seeking something, right? Something that ain't in their life right now. I mean, most causes of addiction stem from emotional lack, right? Something's going on. And I would even say that all of those 40 million are from that. Nah, some people are just struggling because they couldn't find a good job, or they live in a bad school district, or there's no jobs where they live, or they got PTSD, or I don't know. It's a lot of reasons why. They got a diagnosis. There's a lot of reasons for it. When we start looking at all of it, I say, damn, what if the 40,000 poor white people, right? And at least, I don't know, 20,000 of the 40,000, or hell, the whole 40 million. And 40 million white people who are struggling got together with at least 50% of the 40 million black people, that would be 20 million, put together 60 million. Then we threw in some Asians that got it bad, because not all of them are winning. We start getting up to some significant numbers. And all of a sudden, you got yourself a hell of a revolution. Now you got yourself a march. Not a million-man march. 60 million people march. What would America do with some shit like that? Change. She'd change. So I just want to make this clear, guys. When I talk about all the shit that's wrong in America, I ain't talking about it just about what's happening to black people. But consider when I look around and say for a few people, I don't see many other people in this space talking about that shit. I feel obligated to talk about it. But never get it twisted. They don't like you either. They step over your parents. if they were slipping outdoors. Violence against women has been the number one killer of women since women have been in America. And they didn't think she deserved protection until 94. At least not serious protection. And some would say it ain't nowhere near enough. Kids, they're barely scratching the surface on trafficking. The hell out of here. They're not doing nowhere near enough. Nowhere near enough on trafficking. You know it. I know it. It's everywhere. Go to a Reddit forum and read about it. So, I just want to make sure that we understand. We're all in the same pot. Just some of us are at the bottom of the pot. We all are boiling. When I talk about cut the check, that's what I'm talking about. Take our vote. You got it. Might as well spend it. Can't take it with you, right? Take that vote. It's your government currency, and use it to the best of your ability to change that situation. Then take our asses, not literally. We know how people like to take Tim Black literally when he talks. Karens. Take ourselves and get interested. Then get inspired. Then get motivated. And then get busy working within our own, for our own goals. We're like-minded people. In communities like the Tim Black Wolfpack, to get some real change happening. Because if we don't, they'll just watch us continue to die. They'll just watch us continue to die, Johnson. That's the kicker. So look, guys, I could rise above this all, or I could yell. And I like yelling. I love it. Cleans off the esophagus. Well, that's disgusting, but you know what I mean. Professor Klump. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I like that. It's good to have a release. We all want a release. But there's got to be more to it than that. More to it than that. That Harvard study left me with little hope. Little hope. It really did. But then I realized Harvard's a racket. Harvard's a racket. When people do a study, why they do the study? Sort of like when I cover content. When I cover content, I made a choice to cover the content. There was a motive behind covering that content. You could have very well covered other content, or they could have very well done another study. A study from the point of view of how many people are active, how many people are more interested in these issues than ever before. And then set out to find numbers that will lead towards that objective. They could have done that. Every study has a motivation behind it. How else do you come up with studies? It's a hypothesis, a question. It's either a hypothesis or a suggestion or an answer, looking for a solution or looking for a cause. Looking for a cause. And when you don't own it, when you're the talent, or if you don't own the show, you don't own the network, you know what I'm saying. You don't own the show, you don't own the network, you own nothing, you don't control the outcome, and if you're trying to please a certain audience, there you go. There it is. I want to encourage everybody out there. Seek truth. And cut the check. Also, to realize we got more in common. More in common. We do. They've been lying to us. They've been lying to you just long enough to secure the bag. They've been doing that forever. They've been playing us against each other forever. I'm real Tim Black. Facebook and Twitter. Tim Black and that on Instagram. We're going to wake up together or we're going to sleep forever. And watch it all melt away. And watch our kids go through the same crap as us. Well, I know I'm going to do something about it. I'm doing my part. Do your part. That's right. I want to thank everybody for coming to this show, for sharing this show. Remember, The Pause is now a podcast. It's available on Spotify and any other place you get podcasts. Yeah, we're official. We're trying to do it. We're expanding our reach. I appreciate you. Go to jointimblack.com to become a member of the Wolfpack. Keep writing letters because they inspire this work. Even if I don't agree with them, it gives me something to think about. Sometimes I think, wow, this person smokes too much weed. And sometimes I think this person needs to smoke more weed. But at least we're talking. Wolfpack. Pause. People are owed reparations. Reparations now. All my Johnsons. Wolfpack. Big K.
Ayo, wait, hold up, pause, no debate, no applause. Tired of the wait, man, we need a revolution, but you can't to debate. We be down for the cause. I be laid on a sauce, keep us down for the cause. Fuck up, round, get a public execution. Better wise up, hold up, fuck it, pause. Pause like Tim Black, overwhelmed, but I gotta get my wits jacked. We be preaching to the quiet like a hymn track, but we gotta make a dent, get the rich back. Laying in the street, we got brothers that overdosing, trying to help the poor with their handicap and emotion. Both parties suck, take a minute and let it soak in. They don't give a fuck, they be locking you up and smoking. Both parties suck. Johnson, what they're serving up is a lace concoction. Spit it in a face. Johnson, what the fuck you do with a snake when you boxing? Wanna fall in line with the face is an option. I'ma stand for mine, I'ma ride with my conscience. If you want the right, I'd advise you with caution. When they get the chance, sell you out like an auction. Fucked in, like controlled opposition. Cunts on the boat and they roll their position. Top down, yeah, I'm sold on the mission. I ain't bringing coats, I'm searching for friction. Apologists faking these raps give me conniptions. They be out here serving their donuts like a religion. Calling out these blasphemous promises my addiction. They ain't got no soul, yeah, they sold it out for a patient. Wait, hold up, pause, no debate, no applause. Tired of the wait, man, we need a revolution, but you can't to debate. We be down for the cause. I be laid on a sauce, keep us down for the cause. Fuck up, round, get a public execution. Better wise up, hold up, fuck it, pause. Ayo, time. Fuck conservative, run on McDonald. Clean, but you look and you sound like you off at the bottle. White boy dress for the follow. You see through the grip, so you need to let off of the throttle. Try the right, we beside, let us have us a top. Be a man, we can walk through the basics. You ain't getting shot, just talking about race. Motherfucker, you get shot for being racist. Yo, say you spitting facts, you clearly be in your feelings. Quoting Ben Shapiro, what else the fuck you conceal? See, we didn't free the slaves and you acting like we the same. Like we're signing effects, same thing, you fucking idiot. Right-wing frauds really made me belligerent. Educate America, overcoming the ignorance. Big homie black, show you bitches the difference. They outsource the jobs, blaming it on the immigrants. Bro for initiative, hold the line with the wolf pack. Giving me a shot, I blew through him like I'm a fullback. Riding from inside the center to where your soul at. Can't distract blast, cause homie be full of bullcrap. ACAB, yeah, I'm bending the law. Yeah, the system is broke. If you need this and ours, need divine intervention. Need it fixed by the gods, hold up, I'ma need to catch my breath. Pause. Wait, hold up, pause, no debate, no applause. Tired of the wait, man, we need a revolution, but you can't to debate. We be down for the cause. I be laid on a sauce, keep us down for the cause. Fuck up, round, get a public execution. Better wise up, hold up, fuck it, pause.